Did you guys make your baby on the honeymoon?
That's
Sorry, I'm
Everyone asks that question. They're like, honeymoon baby, or like people will comment like when we posted, and they're like, guys, the math is not mathing.
Yeah.
Like
personally, I think it was like a week or two after.
Okay.
But you never know.
After the honeymoon?
After the honeymoon.
Were people accusing you guys of doing it before the wedding?
Yes.
Day?
Yeah.
They were.
Very
Oh,
much
yeah.
so.
They were coming in
In
hot.
your personal life or just like people online?
I wouldn't say. I don't think
People online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anyone in our
Maybe
personal
people
life.
probably talk that we
Yeah.
don't know about in our. But
Yeah.
yeah. So.
Yeah.
So now you guys are expecting your first baby.
Yeah.
So much life change. How do you guys feel about that? Was it
So
your plan
excited.
all along? Like you're
Yeah,
like,
wait, did you how did this work out? Were you like, yeah, I'm on birth control, and then like, psych, like, how did this all happen?
Psych.
I
Full-
used to say I was gonna do that.
Oh.
I used to say like, if he's
So-
not on the same page as me, I'm gonna
Wait.
tell him I'm on birth control and I'm not gonna be.
Surprise, shouty.
Surprise, Shawty! I love that TikTok sound.
But no, it was all under his control.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was completely up to you. So you just decided to just to free.
This
Free
is the
solo
thing.
it.
He'd kind of go back and forth.
I was back like one day I'd be like, nah, one day I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
one day I'd be like, nah.
And
I
I'm
was
like, well,
I
you
was
got a lot of
I-
yeahs in there. It's gonna
our
happen.
plan was to wait like 6 months. We were
Gotcha.
like, all right, 6 months, 8 months. We were pretty much on the same page. And then
I got too
one day I
excited.
just got
well,
a
you're
wild
thinking
hair,
a baby
and
takes
I was
9
like,
months.
Right.
we're sending it.
Wait, a wild hair?
Wait.
Yeah.
So you had like before you had
That's
planned.
just like a saying.
I've never heard him say that.
What that means,
you-
like like
Oh.
you just
Okay.
Was it like a whoopsies moment where you like, oh shoot, I don't know.
No, I was just like, well, nothing will happen.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I was just
He
like,
was being oblivious.
I was like, it'll be all right, like whatever. And then
Yeah.
4 weeks, 6 weeks later, she's like, surprise, shawty, and I'm like, oh, all
Were
right.
you,
Is
wait,
that
did you
how you
ever
told
use,
him?
hold up though? Did you ever use protection or no? There was never.
No,
Never did.
like
Getting
natural.
Natural protection
Yes.
of like I get what you're saying.
I guess.
Pull out game
I
strong.
guess.
I get it.
You heard?
You want to say?
Everybody says that, and I'm like, that's not really a way to prevent.
Yeah. I don't think it's.
Yeah.
That's why we weren't being like that protective.
We weren't.
But
Yeah.
I was just a little oblivious.
Because I feel like
on it.
people
I
are
was just
so
like-
irrational, you know. Like I think of myself as like a very logical, like planner. I think
Where
with certain
is
things,
this going?
and then you realize like humans are just so irrational. I feel like with that, like if you don't have like a firm plan in place for protection, it's going to
Right,
happen
in the moment.
I mean, obviously there's situations like there's fertility and all that stuff too, but like you got to be prepared for that because if you're only doing the pull-out method and then something happens, like boom, you have a baby.
Is this
you know?
your
Yeah.
PSA?
This is a PSA for everyone listening.
Matt's
Yeah, it will
explaining how
happen.
we got pregnant.
That's right. No.
I was gonna be. We were fine with it though. It was
Yeah.
like if it happens, it happens.
Yeah,
and
we
wanted
were
it to
excited.
happen.
Like,
Totally.
Oh
totally.
yeah, and I can tell by the way that you guys both have talked about it. Like you guys are so ready and so
Yeah.
excited. That's amazing. And so tell me about the moment you found out it was a girl.
that was
Wait, hold up.
crazy.
But finding out, we skipped a step.
Oh
finding
yeah,
out
I
you're
watched
pregnant.
your video, so I felt like I was there.
Wait, I didn't
Yeah.
see the video. I want to know how you felt.
Yeah. So everyone in my family was like convinced I was pregnant because they were all asking like, I kind of made comments about how I was late. You know, and it became like 5 days in, and everyone
Oh,
knew
you
that.
waited 5 days.
Yes,
to
because
test.
I was I was like, I'm not. I also didn't want to take a bunch of tests and see
That's how I
negatives.
was.
I wanted just a positive.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
I was.
I also didn't think she was either.
Which, looking back, I'm like, guys, I have the most like normal cycles, I guess you could say, and so it was so obvious. Like, it was 5 days late, and so, anyways, I got up one morning, early in the morning, and while he was asleep, I didn't tell him I was taking one. He didn't even know I bought tests.
And I was sleeping, like, I was on the couch watching the Masters golf tournament, so it wasn't like I was sleeping, like, at her house
he
or
was
whatever. It was middle of the day.
Yeah, and no, this was in the morning. When
Oh.
I took the test, I didn't tell you till later. I
Oh.
didn't tell him till the next day. We were living at my parents' house. This was before we got our apartment. We were
Whoa.
living at my parents' house, and I was like, I've got to figure out a way to tell him when no one else is around. Like when we're at my
Were
parents'
you
house.
so excited?
Yes, I
Oh
always
my
told myself
gosh.
I would have to tell him right after. I was always like that person. I would have to tell him right after. I ended up not telling him till the next day because we were just around family. Like I couldn't get him alone, and I wanted to tell him. And like I always dreamed of the telling him and
Yes.
like doing the sweet stuff. So I literally had to wait until the next day. He fell asleep on the
That's what it
couch,
was.
and
I
I
fell asleep
ran
on the
up
couch.
into my room, set up the stuff, and then got him to come up. And then we told my like family right after. And his
That same
family.
day?
So yeah, it was a hard day. to not when he didn't know. I was the only one who knew for a whole day.
Oh gosh.
And was your first like instinct excitement, sadness, a mix of both? Like, how did you feel initially when you found out you were pregnant?
Excitement. I mean, I've literally just always wanted to have kids, and so I was so excited. I was shocked, though. You know, I just did. I don't know. In my head, I felt like I was going to be pregnant, but I was so convinced it was going to be negative.
Yeah. I saw a video that I couldn't relate to more. It was like me looking at a positive pregnancy test, knowing fully well like what it takes to make a baby, and just being like, no, what in the confused at how it happens. It's such a weird feeling when it's personal to you. Yeah. You're like, okay, whoa, and it's like it's the realization is at the same time it's like it's happening right now,
right.
It's not like, oh, you're going to be, or
right.
like
you are.
Like you are.
Right.
Yeah. And it's in you. And
you've been like, for a little, you didn't even know. Maybe like a hot 2 weeks or something. I don't know. So,
Taylor, how did you feel?
It was so like I said, I didn't have any inclination. I was just like, she's not pregnant.
I was scared he was going to be mad.
And
really?
No.
And so, well, that's sad.
Because he was so back and forth. He was so back and forth on if he wanted a kid right now or not. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like what if he doesn't? But he was excited.
And so I walked in, she had this thing and it said, hello daddy, can't wait to meet you. And it was like all the pregnancy tests. And it's like I was so happy, but at the same time I was not expecting it. So I was so shocked. On top of that, you have this feeling of like nervousness as well. Like, am I ready? Like, well, you don't have a choice at that point, but it's like, okay, you have to be ready. But I don't know. It's just like nervousness, shock, and excitement. Like, and now it's just, I feel like now it's all excitement. Like, I cannot imagine life different already than how it is right now. So yeah, in the moment, it was just like all those emotions. But at no point was I like, dang it, or, mad or anything like that. I just.
Sweet.
Was your family just thrilled?
My mom dropped to the floor and hysterically cried her eyes out.
Oh
like
my
of
gosh.
excitement.
Like of excitement, yes.
Wow.
And his mom cried. Everyone was so excited. They were shocked. I think his family was more shocked. They really thought we were waiting. Yeah. But my mom kind of knew I was like too excited to wait that long. So I think she knew it was coming sooner than later. But yeah, they were shocked and so excited.
Now you're 19 and pregnant.
19 and pregnant. I'll be 20 when she's here.
You could have your own show. Teen pregnancy.
You guys could like start your own teen pregnancy show.
Wait, you know how people post and they're like, I beat teen pregnancy or
like
whatever.
on their 20th birthday?
Yeah.
I didn't.
You didn't.
Wow.
That should be. You should
it
make
was
that.
Planned, though.
That should be a title of one of your YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I didn't beat teen pregnancy.
No. That's so. But it's just so cool how mature you are and how like you guys have. I don't know. Grown so close, and this was just like it's a beautiful thing. It's a really exciting thing. So I'm just like I'm so excited for you guys.
It's amazing. You found out it's a little girl.
Yes.
Little girl.
Name picked out?
No. We talk about it all the time. We like a lot of names, but it's just I'm the worst at making decisions. I like need someone to make it for me. I'm like I don't think I can make that big of a decision. The name of our child, I don't know. That's like the biggest decision I feel like there is. So we're struggling. I think we had some more boy ideas in our head because I thought it was a boy, and then we found out it was a girl, and I was like, well, I don't know. I have no idea. So
we hear names and we're like, yeah, those are cute, but they don't like
feel like your baby's name.
Yeah.
So
it's funny. I think in our current environment, a lot of people feel the need to make this like super unique name. Do you think you'll go for a more unique name or more of like a normal, like I don't want to say normal, but like a name like Matt or a name like Abby or something more different? Like
we all have common names,
right? Yeah, us too.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd go for like I don't think we've thrown around any names that are like super unique.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, none of them are like a super one you don't hear often.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I really just I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to find names. I'm like on the internet and I'm looking up like girl names.